Come back to the buck stops here. He's one of India's greatest living artists, F Husain, but at 94, he's still living in exile. Now, Qatar has offered him citizenship. It's not clear whether F Husain will accept this citizenship or not, but it's clear that despite the government's offer of security, F Husain does not feel that it is safe for him to come back home. What does this say about us as a society? Let's get straight into our debate this evening. Shyam Benegal, you've often spoken out against the environment that stops Husain from coming back home. What do you think it is that he is apprehensive of? Of course, we've seen that every time his exhibitions are put up, we have vandals outside and so on. But there are many people who say, look, let him come back. Let him come back. He can't keep living outside and living in fear. The government today has once again said he's safe to come back home. Why do you think it's not possible for him to come back home?
Well, it's very simple, really. Because, you know, it's the politics of intimidation. I think that's what it is. Because, you know, government can say that they'll offer him security, they can have a cordon around him and defend him in that fashion. But is that how he should be living? You know, we should have some mechanism or some law that prevents people practicing, politics of intimidation. That's basically what it is. Because, you know, it's happened to him. It's been happening to him over many years. There are 900 cases, against him. All of them really quite ridiculous cases. Means nothing. And then if he comes back, he's 95 years old, what is he going to do? Go from one case to another? Is that how he's supposed to be living? I mean, what kind of security can you offer him if he cannot live, peacefully, in safety, without having to have policemen around him all the time? What kind of life is that? That's the real problem. Because, we have not been able to, for all the democracy that we have not been able to prevent people from practicing politics of intimidation. That's really what it is, because it's happened earlier. It happened to Shah Rukh Khan the other day, and then, of course, the government did offer him a great deal of security. It offered people who were going to the movies all this kind of police support and all that. But that's, you're trying to protect people. You're not getting rid of the cause of this problem, because the cause is people who intimidate you. How can you prevent that?
Exactly. Politics of intimidation is a good way of putting it. Chandan Mitra, interestingly, this is not really a simple right versus left debate, for the simple reason that many of the, or at least some of the cases against F Husain have come up during a UPA-led government. Yet this is a 95-year-old man, as Shyam Benegal says, and he's widely regarded as iconic, no matter what reservations you may have about some of his art. Do you really believe that now things should come to a pass where another country is offering him citizenship?
I think Mr. Husain, a great artist that he may be, but has left the country voluntarily. And if reports are true that he has struck a very lucrative deal with the Qatar government, he has decided to spend the rest of his life in Qatar. He's welcome to it. Nothing has stopped him from coming back to India. It is not true that there are 900 cases in separate places in the country. Delhi High Court has clubbed everything. He would have had to appear in court, and he would lead a normal life. And there's a huge amount of hypocrisy in this country. When Taslima Nasreen was turfed out of Calcutta by the CPM government, and India made it very clear that she was unwelcome back, well, there was no great row. She sought asylum. She pleaded with India that allow me to stay in this country. We turfed her out.
Tuba.com